Hey guys, we are back to do another review of Family or Fiancé.
Still won't say 90-day fiancé.
I do. I really do.
This
been gone so long, child, till I done forgot about it. So yes, this is the second season. It said episode 21. They didn't just take a break, they took a hiatus. So let's get into it.
We keep it real. It's time for Courtney and Eddie.
Hey! I always put God first. What's up, KOED fam? Welcome back to another video of Courtney and Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife,
Courtney, also known as Coco.
And this here is Courtney and Eddie. This channel is all about relationships, it's all about reviews, and it's all about entertainment. Yeah, that's right, I say entertainment. Actually, it's entertainment, but I get it. Yeah, we from Alabama. Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, child. They just say that you misspoke. That has nothing to do with Alabama. All right, so if you're brand new to this channel, you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below because we like to have fun over here. And don't forget about our Patreon. Yes, we have a Patreon for those that are new to this channel. Go ahead and look down in the description below and join the Patreon. The link is below.
Yeah, we just put in the Patreon today some juicy information we found out about another show.
Yep. 2 of them, actually.
It was 2 of them?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said in the intro, chat, season 2, huh? That's what our spectrum say.
I thought it was season 3. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a new season or something, but
yeah.
I ain't
it's just like they did the other show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, this mid-season break.
That was, like I said, a hiatus. And then what's supporting it on Saturday night? I hope y'all watching it. All right, so let's get into it. It's Shanika and Justin. The lies, the baby. That's what it say.
Lies, baby, and flies.
So,
in disguise.
It seems as though somebody from Alabama, child, y'all get on there and embarrass us like this.
It's always somebody from Alabama get out there. Just like, man, you know what? Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and grab the dang on shoot. This ain't Justin too?
It ain't Justin that need it. It's Shanika that need it.
Well, Justin's falling for it. He gonna just, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. It's all good. I believe her. Stop believing everything you hear. Do some investigation. You're a police officer, man. You should know better.
Put your hand out.
Next time I'm gonna go outside that switch. Make no sense believing everything. Don't even question her, man. He needs a voice. Like, that's his problem. That's his issue. He don't speak up.
Mm-hmm. So it seems as though she was traveling. She got lost. She stopped for help. The police officer.
That could be a lie too.
They would stop the police officer, and he gave her directions, and she asked for his number. And he gave her what? The police number? Something like that?
His personal number.
Okay, so that's how they ended up talking. They've been, together since then, like best friends, and I think they only been together like 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
So it seems as though, they've been engaged for a year. So I guess at the first year, honey, somebody said they wanted to make, probably was her. It probably was her.
I need her to get married so I can kind of hide this lie I told. So I can kind of, come on, man. It's just.
This was crazy. So Tracy is letting them know so they have arrived at the house, and I was trying to see, did it change? Did y'all think it changed? Is it a different house?
It seemed like the same house to me.
Maybe they made some updates and changes to it. Go ahead. Continue. If not, then I will.
Go ahead. No, she cuts me off all the time. Y'all said nothing about her cutting me off, but when I cut her off, y'all just come, stop cutting her off. That's the ignoring.
So anyway, so it seems as though Tracy is I don't know. She seems to be a little bit more what?
Relaxed, calm, and she probably signed that big contract. I'm good enough. I got 5 more years in this show. I got some jobs. So.
Something, because she just seems more not so stiff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she probably got a new man.
Maybe she's married.
Maybe
she's married.
Well, one of the guys said, when he was on the show, he didn't like her, but
yeah. So so it seems as though Tracy vibe is just different. So they are planning a wedding like right now, and but their family not coming. Like her family, there's some issues going on with her family. So she said they wanted her to pay for 19 people coming from New Jersey to Alabama, and that was a no-go. But their side of the story is different.
Yeah, their side of the story is this. I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. That she said, yeah, y'all can come on down to New Orleans, and I'll have 2 vans waiting for the whole family. Caravans. So when y'all get to New Orleans, y'all got 2 caravans. Y'all can rent and put the kids in and drive all the way to Alabama. When you get to Alabama, you're going to have this nice hotel and stuff.
Like a house.
Like a house, right. Airbnb, right. Pool, and everything's going to be taken care of. They said they got down there, man, they ain't had no van. They had no house. They had no food. They had no water. They had no air. They ain't had no land.
Golly.
Hey, she lying.
So she wants to mend the bridges between her family and her. So she wants to get this stuff out in the open. So they got 80 days until they wed. So as far as her family come and his family come and everybody sit and talk or whatever, but you can tell there's some kind of issues going on with her and her brother. He hadn't seen his sister in like 11 months, almost a year, something like that. So, it's just kind of awkward for them. But can I say this, that the brother is always on 10. 110 to be honest.
Hey, Camel 5, brother. What is that, Tony? Camel 5, Tony. Man, what is the secret to your energy? Cause your energy be wide open. It's no in between. Hey, it's nothing wrong with that, brother. But man, I need some of that energy, man. Cause sometimes I be at work. I say, you know what? What would Tony do? So, yeah.
Let somebody lie to you, honey. And then you gonna keep that spaghetti noodle in your mouth while you talking. And that's it. Well, let me continue.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, Tracy's asking, who are you bringing? So on her side, she's bringing her mom, her brother, and her aunt. On his side, he's bringing his mom, his sister, and his best friend. And so they all come together and they all sit down and they say, listen, what are your issues? Like, what issues do you have with me? So for her mom said, they just go straight to it. Now, just me personally, if I knew I had some kind of issues or some secrets I didn't want on national TV or didn't want my future husband to find out, I wouldn't have invited them family members that's going to spill it all. But anywho.
Yeah, some people don't care. They got to get that 15 minutes of fame.
Honey, you could have grabbed some cousins, some neighbors or something.
Yeah.
You lie anyway, child. You could have put in fake mama and brother auntie.
Yeah, she could have called up. Yeah, we her cousin.
Mm-hmm. Auntie.
Yeah. You be the auntie. Yeah, I be the cousin. I ain't going to trade to be that old. I'm that new cousin that's kind of in between.
In between what? Old and old? So the mom said that her issue is that, that you have a secret and you're not telling it. The auntie was like, I want you to be more transparent with Justin about the baby. We like, baby? What baby? Brother, Justin, this is really for you, bro. This is really for you. I want you to know that my sister tell lies. And she got a lot of lies and a lot of secrets and you don't even know.
See, and I thought Tony, the brother, was mad at Justin. I thought he had beef with him. But apparently, he has beef with his sister. But he was trying to warn Justin about his sister. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was trying to say, hey, man, I'll let you know my sister, she ain't no good, man. You might want to rethink this marriage thing. I said, okay, now I see the angle now. But yeah, Tony, man, he wasn't having none of it, man. He wasn't having none of it, man. Not at all.
So on on his side, his mom, his sister, his best friend. So the mom said, Justin, mom cries because after she hear that, like the mom can't hold the tears. She know her brother, her son is real to me fragile. You know, speak up for himself.
Naive. Let's just keep it real. And the thing about it, I'm thinking.
It cut me out. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. I just want to remind you when you do me. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is this. If she lies about a baby, a whole baby, not part baby, a whole baby. Now you marry her and she said, baby, I'm going to go to work. How you got, it's going to be hard to build that trust. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm kind of worried about, well, they got married, but I'm just saying I'm worried about Justin, man, because it would be hard for me to trust a woman like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she told him she had an abortion, you know, but that was not the...
But she didn't tell him the whole story, right? Though. That's the thing. You know, she left it. Yeah, she left a lot of stuff. And that's even worse. You telling me you faked the whole pregnancy for like 8 months?
And put a whole baby out there in the picture and everything. So
the way the family explained, like she was showing these pictures of her stomach and stuff, and all of a sudden, pow, baby's laying.
Somebody baby was laying up there. So yeah, so his mom cries and she was saying, you got to be assertive. Like, that's the part I want you to be assertive. So his sister was like, you got to stand your ground. Friend was like, you know, you need to communicate better. So they started talking about the secret baby. The secret baby named Brooklyn, honey. She had named the child and everything.
I'm saying, man, she really had no, I guess she used all her imagination up on the lie, but she couldn't come up with a better name. I think they're from the Bronx, New York, I think.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I think they're from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're from New Jersey, but named the baby Brooklyn. You could name them something else.
Well, I didn't even correlate that.
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York, and New Jersey all close together.
I don't think she probably did like that. Brooklyn is just pretty nice. You think that she couldn't think of nothing else? Don't she stay in Alabama?
She from Brooklyn. I mean, she from New Jersey.
All right. You went deep. Okay.
Yeah, I'll reach it.
Yeah. And you still didn't grab it. All right, so let's move on. So Tracy is giving them tasks. And the task they have to do, she has to do the Tower of Truth. Ironic. And Justin has to do dicey questions. Same with him, honey, because he don't like to ask no questions. So with her, well, let's go with him. So they asked him, they were talking about the engagement part, and that's when we found out the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? Because
Tony said, you don't know about it, do you? And Justin said, no, I know things didn't fall through. I'm telling you, Tony went through his whole spiel about the minivans and the car, you know, the caravans and the Airbnb, and like the sister said, maybe she just bit off more she can chew. You know what I'm saying? The auntie, she made promises she couldn't keep.
Yeah, I mean, and that sounded a little elaborate anyway.
Right.
You don't pay for all that, but then in her thing, she said they expected me to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It didn't sound like they expected you. It sounded like you volunteered to do it. Like you was baller shot caller, honey. Who gonna sit up there and pay for 19 people to come to your wedding or to an engagement party at that?
You got fly them down there.
You got the flu. They're supposed to get flued out. Mm-hmm. Continue. That's Alabama.
Yeah, little gnats and stuff.
It's whenever you cut these lights on, like, you know what I'm saying? So it always be freezing in here. I don't see how they make it. It must straight be hood.
You know, it's Alabama gnats, man. Cold weather don't phase them at all, boy. They hardcore.
So
they got them Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones.
When you laugh, it all jiggles. Like Santa.
Your jiggles too.
So anyway, so they were talking also about the baby. Like, Justin, did you know about the baby? And Justin said, well, I knew that she said that she had an abortion. No, Justin, that ain't it. And they go into details, talk about the baby. She had all these pictures, and even production, they showed all the pictures. And it looked like her real belly.
Yeah, it did. And they showed all the pictures, and they gave like 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and all of a sudden, bam, brand new baby. And it's not even a newborn. That baby had to be like about a year old.
That baby was
I know. I'm lying like she does.
But the picture was not a newborn. You're right.
Right. It wasn't a newborn. It was 4 or 5 months probably.
Probably a couple of months. Yeah. Like, gee, it wasn't even wrapped in the swaddling clothes.
And, you know, man, at least show a brand new newborn baby to kind of play it off, but she didn't even do that.
So they looking for the baby. They think that they got a grandchild or a niece or something like that.
The baby just went missing, man. And I think the dad, their dad, he died thinking he had a grandbaby out there, which that was bad. It was terrible.
So with let's see, with hers, she's with his family, and so you know she's doing the Tower Truth. They asking her questions, and they asked her, you know, is she open with Justin? And she said yes, she's very open. Sometimes too transparent.
She lied right there. Right in front of his mom's face.
So they did ask about the pregnancy, and she said she did. It was with her ex, and she terminated it early. They had another question. Have you ever lied to anyone at this table? She said, "Oh, not that I know of."
No, the reason why she said that because she lied at the beginning of the questions at the table.
About what?
When they asked her, have you been very transparent with everybody? And she said, "Well, yeah, but I've been too transparent." No, you haven't.
Yeah.
So that's why when they asked her, "Have you lied to anybody at the table?" She said, "Well, I don't think I have, but you just did like 2 minutes ago."
Okay, and this part at the dinner is when This part of the dinner is when they were sitting and eating at the.
I was clapping with the bug. I was doing this slide.
So this part of the dinner is when I really and truly stopped writing because I didn't get but one sentence on it because I was in it like this.
The brother went off, man. All she do is lie. I said, okay, yeah, he's right.
Go ahead. Okay, but this is I noticed from the moment he walked in, he was mad all the time. He was fidgeting every time they talk. He was.
Yeah, he had a lot on.
Wait.
Yeah, he had a lot on his mind.
It was a whole build up.
Yeah, he had a lot on his mind, and so when it started, and he was like, "Yeah, she lied," and I was like, "Okay, he gonna slide his plate to the side and confront his sister." That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I just, no, she lied. Yeah, she lied. But I lost my mic.
You lost your mic.
Yeah. God.
Hold on a second, y'all, because I know it's thumbing all in y'all ears.
That's 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm sorry.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, he was just eating and fussing and spaghetti hanging out of his mouth and spitting food out of his mouth. It was like, dude, I understand you're upset. I understand you mad, but chew before you speak. You know what I'm saying? Cause I swear I saw like some food come out the TV hit me.
So he basically trying to get to the gist of it. So it seems as though she's saying that yes, she did lie about the pregnancy. She was not pregnant long term. She terminated it early. But her brothers still think that, she was wrong for that and that she's not fully still being honest. Well, when she finally said what she said, her aunt and her aunt and and Justin's best friend, that white guy. So he was like, okay, they got to Justin. They were trying to explain to Justin. I mean, to the brother, Tony. But he just wasn't hearing it. He was too upset. He was like, y'all always take up for her. She ain't never wrong. I'm always having to, just call out her crap. And so he got up with the food in his mouth and he walked away. Just get right there. I'm just going to leave.
I thought he was taking the mic off. He said, call me a plane ticket tomorrow. Fly me back home. Then I think, did they go to commercial?
I don't know, but I know one time what.
They were still talking at the table. Yeah. Then they panned back over at him.
Let me do it. Let me do it, honey. He had that hoodie on.
You see how to take me eat the food. Why you like the Virgin Mary?
He had threw that hoodie on, and he was eating those. I mean, that spaghetti must have been mighty good because in the midst of arguments, it still got ate.
It got ate. Then after that, he got up from that table, walked back to the main table, still fussing
with the food in his mouth.
With the food in his mouth, and still taking bites off of whatever he was eating.
Can y'all please fly us some of that spaghetti? Because it must have been the bone.
And, he was like, and he was just highly upset. And like she was saying, apparently their father put a lot of pressure on her. Mm-hmm. Because she said her dad basically kind of picked out what she needed to be in life. And the things he picked out for her, she wasn't really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't want to disappoint her dad, so she went along with it. But she said she got depressed and stuff, and that's why she made all these, gaslighting, catfishing, because apparently she catfished a lot of people too. And so, yeah, dad put a lot of pressure on both of the kids.
Okay, we'll get to that part in a minute. Eddie don't never like to, go along with it, because once he get talking, then he just keep talking. But as long as he do it, it's okay. But if I do it, it's a problem. All right. I'm telling the truth. Child, you don't go over there and get that notebook, honey.
You can't think on top of your head.
No, because I had some stuff. Like, that's the point of taking notes. If I want to sit there, if I want to sit there and do like you do, then I can do that. But you're gonna miss a whole bunch of stuff. Get on up there, let them see your stomach. None of this get edited. Not a nothing. My Lord. But I did want to say too that the mother had the future mother-in-law. She had said that. What's her name? Shanika? Is it Shanika? That Shanika was saying that her family's weird. You know what I'm saying? But she now see who the whole problem is.
It was her, Shanika, because she trying to paint her family as weird so she can oh, look, I ain't crazy, they crazy. Mm-hmm. So
you have to be careful when people be trying to switch and play the victim and stuff like that. So on day 2, Justice and Phyllis, that's Justice. Phyllis is his mom. So she's sitting out there talking. And she's saying, baby, I watched a lot of Lifetime. And on Lifetime, when you see stuff like that happened yesterday, a lot of times them people have mental issues.
You know what? TikTok ain't got nothing on Lifetime when it comes to learning something. You can learn how to fix your relationship on Lifetime. You can learn how to hide a body on Lifetime.
So she was saying that, a lot of people have mental issues and stuff.
I said that, did I?
Yeah,
not?
You did. You did.
She has some mental issues.
Yeah, and she was like, she need to get some help for that. Because she lied and she's manipulative. So the mom also said, baby, don't put yourself in a situation where people can take advantage of you. I said, we should give some good advice.
Yeah, and she did, and he seemed like the type of person that a person would take advantage of him. Mm-hmm. He seems like he's real naive, gullible, like you would say.
Yeah, like he don't speak, like they said, be assertive, speak up for yourself and stuff like that.
I don't see how you can be a police officer.
Yeah, he ain't got to do much. He gonna be like, I let that pass. Ooh, I let that pass.
It depends where you at now.
Yeah. It looked like he was a state trooper, or did it? Because it looked like, or maybe he in a rural town.
That's what I'm thinking, in a rural town.
So, anyway, but yeah, he doesn't seem to be assertive. So Tracy's sitting down and she's talking to both of them. So she asks, how was, the conversation with your brother? How was it seeing him, that you haven't seen him in 11 months? And how the fact that she said, well, as far as, the question is, how they felt seeing him. She said it felt okay. It was a little awkward. She said, I don't really think I talked to him. She said, why didn't you tell your fiance about the baby? And she said that, I felt like that was in my past. It was my past. She said, but now look at it now. It's affecting your future. Mm-hmm. Look what we sitting up here talking about.
Yeah, and I like the analogy Tracy used about the trees. You can cut a tree, you can cut a tree down and look at the stump. Each, I thought it was like every 10 years you see a ring in a tree and you can tell what kind of life that tree lived.
Really?
Yeah, you can.
We got some out there.
Yeah, well,
Them not big no.
It's not big enough. It gotta be kind of big. It gotta be at least past 10 years. You can cut it and you can see the 10-year ring, 20-year ring, so forth and so on. You can see where, like you said, you can see where it got burnt at, or the ashes, or the flood. You know. So.
Interesting. So let's see.
Come in. No, it's not 10 years, 7 years.
Let's see. The fact too that Tracy was saying something about, mental health issues, and it seems as though the reason that she do what she do or did what she did is because of something about her dad. So, as we seen, it seemed like her dad put a lot of pressure on her, but her dad also passed away, and I don't know if she's still in that process of grieving. Yeah, but it seemed like she did some stuff before he passed away.
And that's the thing. She should feel guilty for lying to her dad before he passed away. Because he died thinking he had a grandbaby.
Yeah. And two, when she started faking that pregnancy or going so long with it, she said she lost in touch with reality. She really started believing the lie that she was telling.
And also, some people lie so much and the lie gets so deep, you gotta lie to continue to lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it seemed like to me with her. She had to keep lying because the lie got so big and so elaborate that she had to keep up with it.
Because can you imagine people always asking about the pregnancy? And two, me personally, I can't imagine telling a lie and believing it within. You know what I'm saying? But some people believe their own lie.
I think some people, their conviction will kick in. So you won't be able to believe that lie. Cause I know that's the lie. So you're not going to stay with it.
Right.
But some people, depends on their mental capacity, they're going to lie and believe the lie. You know how sometimes people say they can kind of fool a lie detector?
Right.
They can lie, but they believe the lie so much they feel like they're telling the truth.
So Tracy wants to sit down and talk to her brother. He wants to get a brother in. So she was like, "Are you okay with that?" She was like, "Well, So anyway, Justin went and got Tony the brother, and he didn't have to call him father child because when I look,
he was right there. And Justin was walking away from I saw that too.
Production, like, go get that. Go get Tony. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I guess y'all had to make that little setup, honey. So you all want to see that production did it.
Yeah, a little segue.
Yeah. So so she sit down, Tony come in, he walk in slowly, honey. He was walking in real slow. And so he sit down and, they talk. And it seems as though what Tony was saying, they used to be close when they were younger. I think did they have a nickname like Tony and Shanika, like, it was a cute name together.
Yeah, but everybody knew, they was tight. You know what I'm saying?
Until she started, when they got in high school, it seemed as though she changed and she started catfishing his friends.
I'm trying to figure out catfishing them, like, how though?
Well, they probably went online. I don't know how young they are, but she probably was catfishing them online. Hey,
that's
you want a date?
That's cold. Your own brother's friends, man. Jeez, I can see you catfish a stranger, man, but your brother, man.
And the brother friends probably say, man, look, I'm going out with her. Look who I'm dating. And I don't know how he found out or whatever, but it was her. Yeah. It was her. And so she said she don't feel no remorse for the stuff that she did. It is what it is.
But it was a comment the brother made that kind of stuck with me. It wasn't stuck with me, but it kind of struck, it kind of pricked my ears up about his dad when he said, he couldn't get braids when he was 13 years old because his dad thought that was gay. His dad must be strict, rugged, rigid, old school type of dude, man. For him to think that, man, you know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to their dad, man, but that's some old school thinking, man.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I hate to say it, but if they were from Alabama and they from way deep in the country, it could be.
But I think they from New Jersey though.
Oh, you did? Yeah. So anyway, so Tracy was also saying, okay, she wanted Shanika to leave and talk to the brother. So Tracy said, listen, I understand. It seemed like you just the voice of reasoning, but ain't nobody reasoning. And you just feel like you just crying out saying, this girl is lying, she lying, she lying. Tracy said, and you just feel unheard or unseen. She said, I see you. And he was like, I appreciate that.
And that could be frustrating. You trying to tell people the truth and warn people, and nobody won't listen to you. Or, and when they do listen to you, they try to deflect it and sweep it on the rug. I get it.
Yeah. They also too, because and it's all too in how people, everybody can't handle stuff the same way. And just the way the brother just acts a little outraged, it does seem like he doing too much. Like, bro, it don't take all that. But I guess so many years of frustration, that's just maybe how he responds or react. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and sometimes people can make it seem like you the crazy one because you acting like that, but you actually just trying to get your point across or your voice, and you don't feel heard.
Yeah, a lot of people probably said bro was kind of doing a little too much, but then again, you don't know what that brother, what he been through. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, because he probably has a lot of trauma from his father too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Then his sister, she dealing with it in her own way. Right. He's trying to deal with it in his own way. Right. Then he thought he can depend on his sister, and he found out his sister's out there doing all kind of crazy stuff. Right. And so he feel like he ain't got nobody on his side. So yeah, I get it.
So so they all showing them in the kitchen and they talking, and Justin's mom, which I think her name is Phyllis, so she asks Shanika, like, okay, what's deep down inside of you that makes you want to catfish people like that? Like, what's inside of you? And that's when she really and truly explained and started saying what you were saying earlier about, she really didn't know who she was. She really couldn't be herself. Her dad wanted her to be this certain person. And so she just, was depressed because she didn't know what to be, who to be, or nothing. So she just started pretending to be other people because that made her feel better about even just being herself because she didn't even really want to be herself.
Yeah. And people like that, and before they got married or before they was getting married, I know they married now. She should have got some help. She should have got some therapy for that, man, because she lost herself, and she needs to find herself. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you need therapy to help you find yourself.
Yeah, but the mom did say that they was getting therapy before.
But man, that can be depressing. You try and appease your father, he wants you to do certain things. But the things he got you doing, you're not feeling it because you feel like that's not you. Mm-hmm.
And everybody can't take that because she was saying she was doing ballet and she was just dead on the inside. Yeah. So when the brother heard all of that, man, he just couldn't believe it, or he got really emotional. He went outside and started crying. But then he came back in, and the mom was like, "Well, now you're." Phyllis, Justin mom, she was like, well, now your brother understands. She was like, no, he don't. He still don't understand. He said, yes, she. Now, I like Phyllis. Now, Phyllis, is you a counselor, mama? Because you you very
I think she's from Alabama.
Is she? Yeah. She's very intuitive.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's. So anyway, so yes, he is. There you go, right there. So he said, you know what? I'm glad you shared all that with me. And they hugged. I mean, they hugged, and yes, I shed a tear. It never came out, but it was just in them eyeballs.
I looked up. Oh, here we go. Sappy woman.
He sheds tears too.
I do not.
I'm telling y'all, he do.
No, man. I'm hard, man. I don't shed a tear.
God, listening and watching. Did you shed a tear?
On the other this ain't about me. This ain't about me.
You shed a tear.
No, it ain't about me.
So anyway, so they hugged. So they now finish this part. I don't know why I want to choke. Now they finna do the blessing ceremony.
Oh, basically everybody say yes. You know what I'm saying? The main thing, Justin family, the mom said yes. She just want to make sure they had communication. And she said he still needs to be assertive. His best friend said yes, same thing, communication. His sister, same thing, yes, but
everybody say yes.
Communication. Then what's her name? Shanika. She asked her family, the brother will be last. But anyway, she asked the mom. The mom said, well, you gonna make sure you told Justin about the baby and all this and all that, all the stuff behind the scenes, and as long as you told him that and you did tell him that and the communication, got better, she said yes. Then the auntie, same thing. I will make sure y'all want you to be transparent with Justin about the baby, and you did that, and y'all became transparent, and y'all showed some growth. So she said yes. And the brother said, man, all I wanted you to do is be transparent. And I forgot the mom also said, I want you to heal your relationship with your brother also. And she did do that. So then the brother said yes also.
What I got out of it too is that when the brother came in, he was angry, mad, looking like the angry man all the time. But then when he was sitting on that couch afterwards, he was smiling, he was smiling. So I did notice his whole demeanor change. And like you were saying, everybody said yes. Now they take their picture, and at the end, you read the
summary of what happened after
where they are today.
Yeah, where they are today. It said Tony and what's her name? Shakira.
Her name's Shanika, but you gonna start from the beginning?
Okay, go ahead.
From the beginning, they did say that that Justin and Shanika did get married.
No, they didn't do that at the beginning. What they did at the beginning, it said Tony and Shanika, right?
I guess I don't know who you talking about. The bride, Shanika, yes.
Yeah, Tony and Shanika, their relationship got better, and they was talking again.
Okay.
They were mending
the brother.
Yeah, brother. Sister. Yeah, they was mending their relationship together. Then after that, I showed a picture of Shanika and Justin getting married. They got married at a small wedding, just family and friends. And the third thing they showed was that she didn't invite her brother. That was a bummer to me. I said, man, I thought they was on better terms. I thought she would at least invite Tony to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not like they didn't say Tony didn't show up. They said she didn't invite him.
She didn't invite him.
Yeah, she didn't invite him. I'm trying to figure out why she didn't.
So I don't know. They'll probably be in the comment section over here explaining. But I don't know if it was some other lie, honey, she could have told, something to get on his nerve. And if she would have invited, he'd been in section on the row 5 out. What is it in the pew, on the second pew, honey? Something say, you lied.
Something unlike you. Something had to happen between the end of the episode and the wedding.
Something. But anyway, it was pretty good. I must admit it was pretty good.
Yeah, for the first episode of the third season, second season,
whatever
part-time season, who knows? But yeah, it was real good. I enjoyed it.
All right, you guys. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I always put God first.
Deuces.
Hey! I always put God first.